Hello there, welcome to the Bit of Times. We're gonna pick up from last off with Disco Elysium. In the last video, we've just had our showdown with Evrart Claire, the infamous union leader of, I forgot the name of the labor union actually, the shipyard workers, I guess, I don't know. But in any case, we got Jean-Luc, aka Measurehead, to get the body down somehow. It's behind us actually, hang on, sorry. There you go, the mystery of all things. Let's actually have a conversation with that and see where it goes. So let's go.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Beautiful. Well, it's down. Great job, wise race mentor. Okay, mentor. Beautiful. Should we go beyond his? Beautiful.
Has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Cool. A field autopsy?
1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
Cool.
The fuck are they on about?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kuno.
Cut his shit up.
Then we have someone else for this. A doctor. Oh, let's say got it. Yeah, actually, yeah. Shouldn't be like a surgeon or something should be doing the autopsy? Wait, a surgeon. Coroner. A coroner should be doing that.
No,
right.
You and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to cleanup to social work. Everything.
Okay. Even social worker. Wait, honorary rank of detective. I don't think I'm a detective.
An
Honorary rank of
and a
detective.
burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able. Usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Ooh, this is an interesting choice. I don't think I'm a
The
detective.
station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it,
Ooh, even he has some reserve. He looks at the corpse with some disgust.
either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrart, that only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town.
Wild Pines.
Negotiating the strike. She could have information.
Interesting. Let's do this. Let's see what happens.
Adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
I thought we could ask more questions.
Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori.
Mental Mori.
If possible. Also, see me in your dream.
Let's not talk about that. First, what exactly is field
Come on,
autopsy?
officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
All right. Let me put on my gloves then. Oop, not this one. Not that one either. Not that one either. What the fuck?
I hope we do. It's getting really late for an autopsy.
Now we can access our gloves. Gloves. There you go. Let's go back to the body.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Let's go. Clap your
There
gloved hands.
truly
Let's
is a
get in
time
there.
For everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Sounds good to me.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
Am I that deep with it? Where should I take these
No
notes?
paperwork, officer. Just fill out the field autopsy form.
Already expecting the answer. You're not gonna believe this. I think I've lost my paper.
Now they only have one paperwork too.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
Still have my disco trousers. I haven't lost the sign and shirt. Still have my trusty blazer that is yet to abandon me, like everything else. My shoes, I have both of them. I found the other one too.
No
Let's
need
go
to
with
be so
blazer.
dramatic, officer.
Oh. Okay.
I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually. But only if it helps move things along.
I'm sorry I lost everything.
Yes, well...
It's okay to cry, Runkari.
Let's work off yours now.
The autopsy form is near the end.
Near the end. Let's not take a
The
peek.
dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts.
All right, let me take this information. In 3
Above
parts.
those,
Okay.
An 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
Assistant.
That's you.
I have to write Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Leave it empty.
the corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says
The corpse different to your retrograde amnesia. Connor's case number.
KK57-0803.0815. Next.
All right, write it down.
NA.
Name,
Next.
date
NA.
of birth.
Roughly 50.
Roughly
the corpse
50.
looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Mondial.
Race. Mondial.
Pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
We're still asking sex around here. Okay.
Fucky, fucky.
Fucky fucky.
Male.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky fucky. All right. Male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Yeah.
We're
Date
still
of
dealing
death.
with March 4th. 51.
March 4, 51. Cool. The right way to write dates. Jesus, what is up with fucking Americans writing the month first and all that? What the fuck? So, yeah.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Alright.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
At least not after the initial examination.
We're doing a very terrible job at this, I have to say. Or at least the boxes are very rudimentary, I have to say.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Oh, Kim. We shot the body. That's really nice of him.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop?
Oh, shut up,
You need
authority.
a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
Yep. What's next?
He places his gloved hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath.
AKA lung.
Religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one.
Fuck.
And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Right.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Oh, shut the fuck
Babrodine,
up.
yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
Damn, to think that if you were discovered dead by the police, then this is the things that they would do. It's like, to some extent it feels dehumanizing, but I mean they're doing their job. But still, the reality that again it's a dead body and all
The
that.
disappointment is palpable. The
Lamau.
red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Well, like he's gonna stick his finger up his ass or
The
something.
boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Right, I think the feet are too swollen at this point.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Let's not touch the corpse.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
I wonder who did that.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Shut up.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
Small folding knife with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel
Okay.
wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You've got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
This is for the belt. Chain cutters or gripped cutters. Chain. Well, these are the same thing actually. Good thing we got these.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to
Do
cut
the
it
honors.
to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
You sure not? You don't want to do this for me?
My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I agree. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast.
Let's go.
After some deliberation, you
Nice.
sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to.
Yeah,
This is
I
where
miss
its grip on the curb
hanging,
meets
so.
is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
No! It's gonna happen, see!
Shut up.
Fucking no!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No
Unremarkable.
evidence of injury.
Do we really have to? Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death? Right, then I move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
This is the body of a soldier, a mercenary.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
Let the lieutenant work alone.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Write it down.
That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Okay, internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Well, gee, I'm sorry. Nope, right hand name.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed.
Hyoid
Lieutenant
bone, what's
puts his
that?
hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it. Gently, a rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips.
Ew.
Black and viscous.
Black. But what?
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Are we gonna talk about the black fluid coming out of his mouth?
Respiratory system.
Pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force.
Oral
Methods are
cavity shows
used.
no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Let's try to look
No
inside.
scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again. Straight in that mouth of his.
You better not.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Shut up. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
What the fuck is hepatobiliary? Okay, let me just Google that real quickly. Biliary, which includes the liver, pancreas. Okay. I have no idea.
Same
Right,
for
NA.
toxicology and serology. And
How would you know without doing any blood work? What? Both?
unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there,
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
like a toxicology screening.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Thank you, Kim.
brimming with cocaine.
Oh, shut up.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck, visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voilà.
How would you know? Omit the voila. Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries. Summary.
We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 feels. Leave a 4th one too.
Alright. What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung.
You also missed Kim, to be fair.
I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters.
So back to injuries?
Injuries.
Bite
Head,
marks.
chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And
Write it down.
your opinion, officer?
Bite marks. Scalp bite. Non-fatal.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
The scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
You know.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed
Yeah.
to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated
Sure.
blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal.
Right.
Postmortem.
Next,
Ligature mark. Let's go.
a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical
Eesh.
column intact.
Okay.
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark.
Hmm.
Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Oh, I'd rather not imagine. For those who have very visual.
2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion. Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Now we
What
put
now?
him in a body bag, and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time, then at his notebook, then at the corpse again.
What's
He's
wrong?
thinking, did I miss something?
Let's not do this. Let's bag him, take him away.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest. It's
Then
too
what?
late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Alright. First, let's upgrade something. So I think what's good if we actually focus on min-maxing what we already have. We upgraded these 2 so far. What is this? Charm man and woman. Play the puppet master. Why not? And then volition. Keep your morale up. Level up. Nice. Back to corpse. Neato burrito. Is the body going to stay there though? So what's next? Can we actually go anywhere else from here? Let's try to open this door. I think it's possible now.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left.
God damn it. Thought it could do something. How do we go inside? How are we supposed to get here then? Asked René about the photo. Shall I talk again to Kuno then? For the armor? For the armor?
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we've all
Not
passed
all
by
of
now.
us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
Kim.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, I've been in your room.
Sure.
You and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time. Okay, let's. You don't threaten
One
me.
word out of you, pig shite, and you're locked out of the Kuno experience forever. You hear me?
You wear the Kuno.
Alright.
No, you don't need to ever talk to these little shitheads again. It's much more important to prove to this kid you're a man. A big man.
Try me, you
and
little.
Kuno are fucking done.
Let's go, officer.
Let's try again.
The kid doesn't even look at you.
Alright then. Talk to the girl.
The girl is ignoring you.
Alright. Try me, you little shit. Hope I didn't mess that up. But I guess there's nothing that we could do. So we can't open that. Where are we supposed to go again? Pay for damages. Track down your badge, open apartment door. Find a representative of a logistics company. What was it? Should be around here somewhere. Well, how am I supposed to get to the Wild Pines rep if I don't know where the fuck they are? Yep. Let us keep going then. See where the road takes us. Autosave, okay. Nothing of importance so far. Yeah, give me a sec, okay? Nice, magnesium. Docking reserve for residents. Let's see who this person is.
Striking woman leans against
Joyce.
the cabin
Ah!
of her sailing boat. smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Oh, hello,
Afternoon,
Joyce.
officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owner of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake her
I'm glad
hand.
to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is
Good to
hear,
know.
Madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode.
You don't have to expose me like that, Kim.
But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
Being playful, are we?
Interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're about. What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What is your role in this
I
precisely?
believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Ah, okay.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. They
Right.
won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
You mean Jean-Luc, my race mentor? He's a great teacher, a man of virtue. How are the talks going
Let's
for the
say
lynching?
I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the
Okay.
strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Claire, the union boss. Mr. Claire refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
Is this the
Concessions.
first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Those are like bare minimum, though. Like overtime pay and medical plan. What happened to this
Mr.
Gaumont?
Claire told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget.
Fuck off.
Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Aw. Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Claire has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
Yeah. What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Let's test her dispositions, shall we? Over aggressive, call me posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker, a member of the board.
Fair enough, yeah. What exactly do they mean by it, though?
It's
What's the
quite
demand?
simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Signature? Why not just call it a vote?
Just
You
so
know.
you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have to admit now. Workers can't be kings. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers. What are we going to do? Or shall we rattle the cage a bit? The king is dead. Long live the workers.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
Okay, she's quite level-headed. I guess she's...
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Hmm.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
That's why we're here in the first place.
From whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Mañana.
This
Yeah.
checks out.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of Evrart?
Evrart Claire is a man of the utmost integrity. You can say one thing about him. It's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Evrart is fantastically corrupt. I
You-
imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
That's Evrart,
He
alright.
is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing something about this Edgar. Yeah, from the really nice guy. You know, with the mustache and all that.
Have you seen him? Edgar
No.
looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Interesting. Mr. Dubois? Mr.
How
Dubois?
they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the
The
union itself?
Debardeurs Union was once
Debardeurs,
a perfectly
they're-
normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour
Emergency
at its
Act.
best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Claire came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
I mean, what they're fighting for, the union itself is fine. It's just the Evrart brothers, you know? The Claire brothers.
Why do you think so?
Even Evrart, the human leech, and Measurehead, this unit sounds like a motley crew. I'm into it. Wink. Sounds like they're all Revachol. I'm all Revachol too. To hell with the rest. They're good labormen. Can't fault them for a little corruption. No, let's not say that. Between Evrart, let's go with
Well.
number one.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. They're an interesting composition, albeit vile. But enough about Evrart. What else can I do for you?
Let's poke her again. Did you put them there? Scabs.
You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Interesting.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Yes, yes. You said something happened in the
I'm glad
elections.
you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Hope it's not the rat that we're supposed to get to.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion,
Indeed.
probably?
The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point
Right.
of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Claires. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Duly
Thank you
noted.
for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the
course.
topic.
How else can I help?
Ooh, this is going to be a long one. By the way, I've talked to Evrart Claire. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? Let's go with the lynching.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh
Of
dear.
course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois.
Ah,
I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
he just accepted the name. Dubois. Interesting.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
See.
See?
So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Ah, fuck you. It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life and the world.
Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia.
Whatever the fuck that
I don't even know
means.
how to respond.
Let's just move on,
I do
please.
believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Yes, thank you. Can we move on, please?
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
He's being very nice, Kim.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Alright, fair
She's
enough.
a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of arrangement would it
I
be?
mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
It's 92%. I mean, might as well.
Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
I'm sorry not to
You're
like this.
But expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports
what?
from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
Let's see what I can do about
You
it.
can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam. Yes, Kim?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Aww. Really, I thought it was going
This
so
woman was
well.
running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't
Ah.
let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'm sorry for putting us in a
I'm
situation.
sure you will, detective.
What do you propose that we don't investigate the drug traffic?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
True.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay, let's get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Do you know something about these
That's
tattoos?
the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
I see. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
Pines' core competency is logistics, and that is
Not
the
important?
terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
She
Got it. Tell me
nods.
something else. Let's keep number one for later. By the way, I've talked to Evrart Claire.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Claire?
Finally, time to choose sides.
I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Evrart Claire is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Jesus Christ. I didn't. Actually, I don't like him.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption. Reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself.
Really?
However, if you felt like discussing something, how can I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
There's no option for that though.
Of course, detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
Will do, will
Until
do.
then, is there anything I can help you with?
Alright, can you tell me about this alleged drug
It's
trafficking?
quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Okay.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine
Right.
seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
I see. And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dock Workers Union. Still,
Of course.
every chain has its weak link.
Ah. What do you mean?
Lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Okay.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
What are we going to do with this information
You're
anyway?
indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
Why did you come to the RCM earlier?
On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Sounds
We
like
know the
bullshit to
company has
me.
launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Alright. It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However,
Wait.
this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
I see. Wait, if this is intentional... Oh, I think she slipped her tongue there.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
Yeah.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, to pressure the Union so that they would, you know, so you have the upper hand on them in terms of the negotiation. How probably do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
Jeez, 4
There was a
months.
shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few
Desert
cash
cacti.
registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for
Precisely.
drugs?
Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We will take the case as probably drivers to see what it yields.
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
We've only spoke to one of
It may
them.
come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me
Alrighty.
know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
All right, thank you. That's all for now.
Detective. Take care.
No worries. She's a very cunning woman. What's this?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door
Knock
rattles
again?
but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
Police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not
No.
joking.
I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
Is she going to
Don't
shoot
check
us
the
or something?
backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Alright. Okay, who the fuck are you up there? Calling me pigs and all
The
that?
streets
Maybe you
will
are.
flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Okay.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do
God.
you want to know? Date
And
of
that's
birth,
Lord.
blood type. The last time I was tested for Hep C.
Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Yeah. When we're last. Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pig man.
Oh, come on,
Rubby
chill.
moves off little old ladies.
She's grown frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways.
What are you doing to the
Can't
wall?
you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Looks
I
shitty to
haven't
me,
really
if I'm gonna be
started
honest.
it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on this.
Yeah?
Want to hear about it? I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Catch you later, Cindy. Well, you keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman
see.
on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her.
Oh,
Someone's got to keep
Zon.
an eye on her.
You mean
On a
Joyce?
first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Well, the
Have you
negativity.
got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
Aw, I shut her off in the conversation. Sorry. Do you know anything about the recent
Ain't no
murder?
snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch
Catch
your
you later.
back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Alright. What have we here? Cape Side Apartments.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this
You
wall?
have no clue. It's just a wall.
Fuck
many
you.
walls all over Martinez, weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Alright, fine. Nice. Hello, Kuno S.
The girl is ignored.
Fine. Okay, lots of people around here. A garden hose. This one will be of use until the snow melts.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Chairs and tables been in rot. I'll be right with you. Not a splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Take all. Orange bum hat. The hell. Lol. Nah, I'm not putting that on. Bum brain. Can we do anything about that? No? Alright.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier.
Examine closer.
You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow.
You're
This
other
is
bro.
bad mojo, man! Fucking horrible mojo! The end draws near!
Yeah.
Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Man, I started feeling really
Might
bad
be
for a
the
second.
after effects of your past escapades. What are you looking at?
What's with all these bullet holes?
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old.
There's something we should do
We're
about
not
these.
Constructors and renovators. And these bullet holes do not warrant an investigation.
Okay, but what can you tell me about the revolution?
I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
Alright, Kim. Fuck you. And the hanging.
Quit.
Alright, let's go up first then. Talk to this guy. Never mind.
There must be another way into the building.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what's that noise down there?
Do we not have a key?
It's been a week and now they show up?
No? Okay, fine.
Can't get involved in this.
Can I talk to you from down here? Yo!
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Too late, young man. Trouble's found you. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
Talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
Gendarmerie?
Finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Can I at least have a cigarette?
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The
Aw.
god himself has denied you absolution.
I need absolution. Can't you just toss that one
I'm
down?
not sure that's a good idea.
Shut up and throw, kid. You're right. That was obviously a bad idea.
As you
Forget I
wish.
said anything.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Worley's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the
I
hanging?
can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
A bit direct, Kim. You gotta ease them into it.
You already asked me that, didn't you? No,
Did
not
you?
you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week. I don't know. Look,
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
Why would you ask what kind
He
of
was my
friend?
Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense.
Shut up.
Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
What's your friend's real name? Did you see something?
Doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette.
Hmm.
In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
I mean, it's understandable why
Different angles.
they won't answer.
Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Martin Martinez.
Sure.
Martin Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
All right.
No,
Talk later.
we won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Can I convince him to stay?
Time to bring out your
Ah,
secret
fuck.
charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
I had a high probability just now. What the hell? What do you want from me? You want me to cry? Huh? Stop drinking. I'll take the trash. Just please don't leave me.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen,
Aw.
I really have to go.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted. You would have gotten at least a few good drags out of it.
Oh,
Good
shut
luck
up.
with the investigation.
Okay. And off he goes. I'm looking forward to your comment,
He's gone.
Kim. No shit. Should run
No
after him and see
point
where he
in
went.
running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
Right, probably didn't have anything important to say, so we
He
just
could
give
be
up.
a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has
Yeah.
to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. So, the door near the pier. No.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Hey there, I've checked the back here, I couldn't get in that
You
way.
had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
I'm a policeman though.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal
Threatening
liability,
legalese.
but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter and may be forced to refer you for potential
I know my
prosecution.
right, and don't you mom me, boy.
Miss,
Oh.
would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses.
Hmm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Nice. Let's go. Just talk to the old woman.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Oh. Are you alright? Should I
I'm
call a
fine.
doctor?
Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Oh,
Just
I feel bad.
worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
I have a few questions about this. I'm looking for.
Ask away,
Let's go with that.
policeman.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Oh, I hardly know her. Okay, we can go
She
back to her then once we
mumbles
know.
some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
I'm
Were
no
you?
one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live
If you
here?
can call it living. I have a
Patooey.
little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
I'm looking for
you'll
Martin
find plenty of
Martinez.
Martins here. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez. What do you mean? I wasn't joking.
Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez.
Yeah.
Like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Figured.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I did.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Okay. How about a young male in his mid-20s? Dark hair, skinny build, open smoke around the balcony. And where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
It's wonderful murder. He's going away for life. No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? What's
He lives
wrong?
upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Okay, room 28.
It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you.
Why, thank you.
We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Alright, thanks. I'm off. A firing squad for the rich. Nice. Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. What the fuck? Excuse me, madam? Apartment 8. Your door 9 is locked. Let's try going up first. That'll be the last thing we do for this episode, I think. Fiction notes. Old shoe rack. Loud rumbling snore comes from within. You should leave. Ah, this door says balcony. So, just a door, nothing for you here right now. Someone's growing a rosemary, thyme, and a cactus.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 20.
All right.
This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Knock, knock.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
It's 18:20. It's
We
not
should
the
return
evening yet,
tomorrow
really.
after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tomorrow at
9
21.
p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember.
Thank you, reaction speed.
Tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
All right. So nothing there, unfortunately. Is this the path to the basement? Oh, this is the door outside. I see. So it's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm very conscious of time. I think it may very well be time to end it. It's not exactly eventful, I'm afraid, but it's fine. What did we do? Come to think of it. We went... talked to Kuno. We investigated the body. I guess that's the main thing, I suppose. So yeah. Investigated the body. We covered up the things that we did, which is shooting the body, which is unfortunate. And then it's off, and we broke things off with Kuno. Finally, he will shut the fuck up. I don't even have to think about him anymore. I'm Kuno S, which is good. Do apologize. I had a conversation with my friend where, like, sometimes when I have coffee, it wouldn't have an effect on me, and she said, that's usually a sign that you have ADHD. I'm like, well, fuck. I did get it tested at one point, but it came back negative that no, you don't have any problems with ADHD, supposedly. But I would love to get a second opinion if I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, so Kuno S, the body investigation. Thankfully, we can actually get a coroner test afterwards, and we talked to Joyce, which is so she's a representative of the shipyard company, which is interesting. We have another side quest. So we have two side quests going on. First one is the apartment in the basement for Evrart Claire, and also the other one with Joyce, which is to investigate the drug trafficking. We still have that case going on. I think one of the things that I want to do is go to God. Yes, go to God and see if we can actually use the check. That's one. And to talk to Renee about the photo and see what happens from there. But that is all the time that I have for you for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. If I missed out on anything, please let me know. And that is all for you for now. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll leave a like and subscribe and all that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.